Jehu, welcome to the Digital Scene Show here at the PhotoCine Expo.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for welcoming me.
And you are with Jag35.
Jag35.com.
So why don't you tell us a little bit about Jag35?
Jag35.com started about a little bit under 2 years ago. We started doing 35mm adapters, and we started hitting the bottom end of the market because it was largely ignored by everybody else. And I was one of those guys that always dreamt of creating cinematic video, but couldn't afford to get it, so we just started to build it ourselves and providing it for people on the forums, hv20.com, for example. We sold a bunch of those there, and it really gave us the opportunity to create what the company that we have today.
So how did you get into DSLR? Because most of your stuff is really geared towards DSLR, right?
Yes. So basically, when as soon as I found out about the Canon 5D Mark II, I went and bought me one, and I started using it. And I got some grief for it because they're like, "Aren't you killing your own industry? You're doing 35mm adapters, and you're using a DSLR. What is that all about?" So what people failed to understand was that I'm not about any specific technology. I was really about getting that cinematic look. And I mean, if it was going to be in a DSLR, that was the route that it was going to take. And I saw very early on that was the future. And I started manufacturing products for that from day one, from like at that.
So are you guys the ones that design the actual products?
Yeah.
I mean, like we have your follow focus, what's it called, D-Focus 3?
The D-Focus 3.
Yeah. So and which is a great product. For the price point, everything has a price point, right?
Yeah.
And for the price point, it's a fantastic product. So are you the designer?
Yeah, that's I guess that's my main title now. I used to do a lot of things in the company, but right now mostly what I do is design and just sort of spearhead where the company's going to take and what products we're going to take on and stuff. And I saw a great need. For example, your rig here that you have two wireless things, and then you have a light, and then it's like that's the problem that I saw. I saw Philip Bloom shooting something in Florida where he had a monitor. I mean, he had all kinds of stuff,
right.
And he was doing all that through the little cold shoe on top of your camera.
Well, what do you got there? Show
So
me.
what I designed, the very first product that I did was this cage, and it's a very simple, just aluminum cage that goes around the 5D Mark II or any of the other bodies, and it has a cheese plate on top. So basically, it has a bunch of 1/4-20 holes on top. You can put lights, you can put ball heads, you can put microphones. You can actually put with this little. Those are rod. Rail blocks. We call those rail blocks, and they're 1/4-20, single 1/4-20 mountable. So they'll mount on any 1/4-20 hole, and you can put rods on top of this cage, going front to back, side to side, or in the angle.
Now, can you mount this on the tripod?
You could, because we have a tripod plate that just goes right onto the
And you
rods.
just snap it in, snap it out?
Yeah. You can put any of the quick release plates.
So a rig like this that you've got there, what does it go for?
So this has morphed into a full shoulder rig, basically. This started as a little cage, and then we started doing all this other stuff. This rig retails for they start at $649.
That's a really good price, because if you compare it to the higher point prices, the other known, they're in the $1,500 range.
They're in the $1,500. Yeah, and I mean, this is a full rig that's got it's counterbalance. It's got a shoulder pad. It's got a handle. It's got something to put in there. The spacing in the rods, it's already figured out so that you can use industry standard matte boxes, so you can use industry standard follow focus. If you have invested money in a real expensive follow focus, you can use all this here, and it's expandable. It's the same rods, it's the same clamps.
What about the cage? What's the cost of the cage?
The cage alone starts at $149.
$149, and you can put it in a setup like this.
Yeah, you can put it easily. Tripod setup and a monopod setup. You can do it as a full shoulder rig. It's like it's all configurable. You can just bolt all this stuff together and make whatever you want. This is one of our really, really affordable and real popular little rigs. We call this the Field Runner. Actually, our clientele called it. We did a contest to see what they wanted to name it.
I remember that on your site.
And they came up with the Field Runner, and it's a quick, simple, lightweight rig that could for event people. So people shooting
like photography or
weddings and all that stuff. They don't want something so big that you have a counterweight.
And what's the cost of that?
This one starts at $279.
Oh, the way it is right there? Or?
279, and yeah, it's a little bit simpler than this. We have an extra handle here on this one, and we have the follow focus.
What about the way you have? Oh, you have the follow focus.
Follow focus in here, but basically is this setup right here,
Right.
without this top handle.
Right.
And then here we have the brand new 60D, which is the Canon that has the swiveling screen in here.
Yeah.
And this is a new product that we have. This is the X.
So for the 60D.
Yeah, for the 6. Well, no, actually, this will go into any camera, but we wanted to show it on this one because this one has this swivel thing. And
That's not heavy enough where it can break the actual swivel of the screen.
No, it's pretty robust, and this is not so heavy.
Okay.
And you can put it in any angle or whatever.
I see.
This is like an X viewer. That's what we're gonna call it, and it's a different take.
What's the cost on that?
On this thing, it's gonna be $150 when it comes out.
All right.
It's about a month away.
So it sounds all very reasonable pricing and equipment. If people want to find out more about you guys, where do they go?
They can go to jag35.com, and all our products are there, and we have some content also for not just products, but also we create a little bit of content for the community.
Very cool. Great to meet you. Thank you.